The story I'm about to tell you is 100% true. It 100% happened. I have Martian as a witness to this. And spoiler alert, yes, I did recover in the end. And I did eventually get what I was supposed to get. But either way, let's get right into the video. Without further ado, roll the intro. Hey Slayers, I'm the world's coolest Sega enthusiast, SEGASLAYER64, and welcome back to another episode of SEGASLAYER64 Tales, the series in which I tell funny stories of funny, crazy, exciting, and all around crazy stuff that happened to me throughout my journey in gaming thus far. And boy, oh boy, do I have a doozy for you. So this one is a little bit more recent than others. Like the Game Boy Advance one, that was when I told that story, that was back in that was way back in early 20s. That was late 2016. No, early 2017. That was way back in 2017. This story right here actually happened, if I believe correctly, back in 2019. So like a year before I was set to come on YouTube. So a year before I came to YouTube. And this is going to be a short story. This is not a long story at all. I don't remember directly when it happened. It happened in July. I don't remember directly when this happened. I know it happened definitely sometime before the summer of 2019. I'll tell you that much. I know that for a fact, but I don't remember the exact month. Let's just say, just for a rough estimate, I'm gonna say this happened sometime in March. I don't know when it actually happened. I think it was cold at the time though. But this was back in. We'll just throw out March. I know it happened. I know for a fact it happened in 2019, and I know it happened before summer. But that's all I can truly remember about this entire incident. Besides, like everything that actually happened. So, I'll start off by telling you guys this. So, there's always been a rumor, right, where I am, and with like me and Martian and a bunch of other people I know. There's always been this rumor that when you're shopping online, the place you're most likely going to be scammed will be eBay, right? And I'm a firm believer in loving eBay. Like, I love eBay. eBay is my go-to online store. I love eBay way more than I even love Amazon, for an example. Like, eBay is like my favorite place to go buy retro stuff and go buy games and other types of stuff like that in general. And so I'm a firm believer in eBay. And this story does not take place on eBay. No, it happened. And to this day, right? To this day, I've never been scammed on eBay, right? And I'll tell you guys this because it's always just been the stereotype that you will be scammed on eBay. I've never been scammed on eBay, right? And in fact, where I have actually got scammed at, and where this story takes place at. Now, this story obviously takes place long after the Game Boy Advance story. I got scammed on Amazon again. Yes, I know, again, on Amazon a second time. First and no, it was not by the same seller, and no, it was completely different. So, okay, leading up in 2017 when I first got my Switch, right? Okay, for my 13th birthday in 2016, I actually received Splatoon 1 for the Wii U. I know, 2016, a year before the Switch and before Splatoon 2 came out. I know, crazy. But yeah, I actually received Splatoon 1 for the Wii U, and for my birthday in 2016, my 13th birthday, and that game was awesome. I loved it. I played it every day. I was addicted to it, right? So naturally, when Splatoon 2 came out for the Switch, I was automatically excited. Now, I got my Switch day one, but I didn't actually get Splatoon 2 day one. I actually got Mario Odyssey, which I regret, because I liked it, Mario Odyssey. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't like, to me, it wasn't like the grandest thing in the world like people make it out to be, you know what I'm saying? So that's just my opinion, though. I just didn't think it was as good as people say it is. But I'm dead again. That is crazy. I'm just gonna reset this really quickly. No, but yeah, I didn't think it was as grand as people said it was. So in reality, I think I should have went with Splatoon 2. I didn't though. So granted, throughout the years, I wouldn't go on during the summer. I would go on to get Sonic Forces and Sonic Mania and all that other stuff for Christmas. So I didn't get. And I also got a bunch of other stuff, but it wasn't Switch related stuff. So I didn't it was more Xbox related stuff and things like that. So I wasn't really in PlayStation 3, I think, that year. Not the actual PlayStation 3 system, but like PlayStation 3 games. So I wasn't, let's say, too focused on Splatoon 2 at this point. So I went the entirety of 2018 without getting Splatoon 2. I got a bunch of other games, but I just didn't get Splatoon 2. I just hadn't got around to it by that point, and so it was kind of a thing that was starting to fade from my mind. But by late 2018, I was super interested in getting the game. I really wanted the game. I saw a ton of people were playing it. It looked super fun, and I really just had to have it at this point. And there was no holding back. I needed Splatoon 2, and I was gonna make sure I got Splatoon 2. So fast forward a bit. It's now 2019. Yay! I'm here. I'm turning. Wait, how old was I in 2019? I can't even remember. I'm 19 now, so in 2018. No, in 2016 I was 13. 14, 15, 16. I was 16 in 2020 in 2019. I can't even remember how old I was. That's freaking crazy. It goes to show you how fast these years are gone, man. It's like 2019 was just a couple years ago, and yet it seems like it was over a decade ago. But no, I couldn't not for my birthday. So I did throughout those years, right? Throughout 2018 and 2019, I actually had to get my Switch fixed a few times because of Joy-Con drift, and then and then another story I'll tell later on, right? And then another story I'll tell later on. And this is actually the incident where I had to get my Switch fixed because my Switch caught on freaking fire. Yeah, that's another story. That's another SEGASLAYER64 tales for another time. You know what I'm saying? That was a fun one, though. Not that eventful, but it was a fun one. And so I sent it off to Nintendo. Nintendo determined it was their fault, and they fixed my Switch for free. Now I still to this day I still don't know why it caught on fire, but it did. But that's besides the point. We're not telling that story now. We'll tell that one later. I sent it off, and while I sent it off, I decided, you know what? Since I had saved up money to go ahead and pay for getting my Switch fixed, and I decided, okay, well, since Nintendo had told me they were going to go ahead and fix it for free, I now have extra money to go ahead and spend on Splatoon 2. So I go on eBay, I'm on Amazon, and I decided I'm going to look for a copy. And so I said, you know what? Screw that. Let's not spend money on a full copy. Oh, would you look at this? This is a deal for Splatoon 2 for $19.99. I know. Another idiot move by SEGASLAYER. I don't want to hear it. But okay. It was a copy of Splatoon 2 for $19.99, so $20 essentially, right? And what made it a super good deal was it was the premium edition. So it came with a strategy guide, it came with all the stickers, it came with this big old nice metal booklet, and it was just like, I was like, maybe this person just wants to sell it and get quick cash. In reality, I wasn't thinking. And so essentially, and then what made it worse was the game said it was going to take about 3 weeks to get here, right? Unusual for Amazon, since most stuff you order from Amazon usually takes less than a week or less than 2 weeks, you know what I'm saying? 2 weeks at the most. Even far away stuff I found from Amazon takes more, maybe 2 weeks at the most. I've never had a package take more than 2 weeks. You see what I'm saying? And besides that one, obviously, but they said it's going to take about 3 weeks to get here. I said, okay, fine. It'll correspond with my Switch, or it'll make it before my Switch, either one. Well, long story short, let's cut forward a couple weeks. I'm waiting patiently, right? I'm waiting patiently, and out of nowhere, I'm waiting to see who will come first. What's gonna come first? Will my Switch come back from Nintendo first? Because you guys know, if you've ever had a Switch if you've ever sent anything off to Nintendo, and I've sent a lot of stuff off to Nintendo over the years, from games to, not games, from systems to freaking, consoles and a bunch of other stuff. I'm dead. I'm an idiot. From if you've ever sent anything off to Nintendo, you know it can take a while, right? So I'm waiting to see which one will get here first, and out of nowhere, a week earlier than expected, the game arrives, right? Now, the game arrives. Now, I got the game. I was super excited, right? Now, here's the first red flag, right? Here's the first non-red flag. The game comes, I take it out of the package, right? And before I check the game, I check to make sure all the stickers and booklets and all that were there. They were all there. I got the strategy guide, I got the nice book, the actual sleeve, I got the little metal case, I got all the stickers, they were all intact, and everything looked to be good, right? So naturally, at this point, I'm excited, because here I am thinking I've just found a deal. And this is going to be and when I tell you guys, the twist to this story is going to be so unexpected, your mind is literally going to be blown at how crazy the twist is, right? here I am. So it's time to check out the game, see how the game is, right? Now keep in mind, Martian has his own switch. Okay, future Sega Slayer here, and I actually have to correct myself because I'm about to contradict myself here by accident, and I need to clarify. I actually do correct myself later on in the video, but just in case you don't end up making it that far, I wanted to let you guys know. So I say in a few moments that the game, when I looked at it, it did not have any paper. So you know the little sticker on the cartridge indicating what game it was. I actually was wrong about that. I remembered halfway through, and someone reminded me. And I do correct myself later on in the video, that it actually did have a sticker on it. But what happened was, I'm not going to spoil you what game it was yet. What they did was they took the games, they switched the stickers. So they took a sticker from Splatoon 2, and they took the sticker off what that game was. So what that game's actual sticker was, they ripped it off, switched it, and they didn't even do it properly because the Splatoon sticker was crooked. So the cartridge appeared to be Splatoon 2 because it had the Splatoon 2 sticker on there saying it was Splatoon 2. Of course, so that's why I actually don't end up checking it before I get my Switch. So I just had to let you guys know that. That's what makes this so crazy and so elaborate. They switched the stickers. So when I got the game, as far as I knew, everything checked out. It was Splatoon 2. It had the Splatoon 2 sticker on there. That turns out to be a dumb move, but I had to let you guys know that, so it's not weird when I actually correct myself later on. So just disregard what I'm about to say about the game having no paper. It did have a sticker. It was the Splatoon 2 sticker, and essentially they switched the two. And they didn't even do a good job. I was just an idiot, and I was excited. Okay, without further ado, continue on past Sega Slayer. Sorry for interrupting you. That's right. Me and Martian have never shared anything. We share stuff, but you know what I mean. Like, we always got our own Switch. We always got our own DS. The only time we ever shared was when we used to get big consoles, but even nowadays, we get our own consoles. We don't share consoles anymore. I'm a PC guy now and an Xbox guy, and he's a PlayStation guy, and he gets PlayStations. That's how we just do things nowadays, right? And so he has his own Switch, and I did something stupid because back then I should have been smart enough to say, hey, I'm going to test the game out, but I didn't. So I checked the game, and the game's in there, right? There is a game in there, and the dumb thing was, right, this was the first ever and only ever Switch game, because, most DS/3DS games back in the day, the paper would inadvertently eventually come off of the game itself. It would come off. So lots of games from back in those days, I am actually missing the paper to it, or the little actual cover that tells you what game it is. I'm missing that for most of those DS games, and I'd never seen that with the Switch, not yet anyway, and to this day I still haven't. But that game was missing the paper on the actual game. But I just assumed, right? I said, you know what, Sega Slayer, it's not. Oh, I'm also recording this on my phone, by the way. I should probably mention that. It's probably obvious, but I'm just doing it because I need to record this quick, and it's just easier this way, right? And so, me being an idiot, instead of checking my nose is burning for some reason. Instead of checking, I'm getting off track here. Instead of checking to see why the paper wasn't there, or checking to see if the game played on Martian's Switch. No. I was too smart for that. You see, I was too assured. I'm like, oh, yippee, I've got a deal. Look at this, man. Look at this. Splatoon 2 for only $19. Oh my god, that's amazing, right? So I was too blown away by this amazing value, thinking, oh man, I've really just scammed this seller. And I told myself, I said, the person who sold this must either really be old or know nothing about video games, right? Oh, I was wrong. That would come back to bite me so hard, right? It really would. So fast forward another week, right? And boom, my Switch comes in. So now my Switch is back, and I'm excited. I'm super excited to get and test out the game and play the game on my Switch. And I'm teething with joy. It takes me a while. I look at the stickers. I put some of the stickers on the back of my Switch. I give a couple to Martian just to try and wait a little bit before I actually got right into the game, because I wanted to essentially try and, how you say, build a little more excitement right before I put the game in, right? So, now we're getting to the point you're all waiting for, the big, amazing twist. The craziest twist that I still can't believe happened to this day. I put the game in my system, And guess what comes up? You'll never guess. The game goes into my system. I hear a click. It works. I hear a noise. I got my eyes closed at this point because I'm trying to build that extra suspense. And I open my eyes. And what I see before me stuns me. What I see before me is none other than a copy of a game that Martian actually returned before, and that he actually let me play. So I had actually played this game on my Switch before. And that was, in my opinion, one of the most underwhelming Switch games of all time. ARMS. Yes, I'm talking about that ARMS. I'll put a picture up on screen. I'm talking about that ARMS. The ARMS that was a launch title for the Nintendo Switch, and that was really just one of the stupidest games of all time. Like, because the game was fun, don't get me wrong, but first off, the game's online community was pretty much dead. Nintendo didn't really update the game. There was nothing to keep it fresh like Super Smash Bros. There was really no DLC. The game was just kind of dead on arrival, if you ask me, and it wasn't worth $60, right? And I'm thinking to myself right now, I don't panic immediately. I automatically kind of get this really dumb look on my face, right? And if I actually did show my face on YouTube, I would do the look here I was doing for you. In fact, I'm doing it right now and you just can't see it. But it was such a look of shock and utter just amazement, right? So the thing that automatically jumps to my mind, right? The thing that automatically jumps to my mind, this has to be a glitch. This has to be a glitch because, and the reason that made me believe that was because, like I said, Martian owned ARMS in the past. I played ARMS in my Switch, so maybe just maybe I was getting, my game was maybe my Switch was just having a malfunction. You know, I did just get it back. Maybe Nintendo didn't fully fix the problem. Maybe I should call them up. And I'd say, okay, hold on. Before we take any more drastic measures, let's try it again. I take it out and put it back in. Lo and behold, it's still ARMS. Okay, I'm getting a little worried at this point. And so I say, okay, hold on. Calm down, Sega Slayer. Let's test it first in Martian Switch. I'm going to test it in Martian Switch. I don't know why this game is lagging. And I decide to test the game in Martian Switch. And it's still ARMS. Like, nothing changes. It's still ARMS. It hasn't changed. Why is this game lagging? I don't understand. Genesis games never lag on my device. I don't know why it's lagging. But no, I test it and lo and behold, it's still ARMS. It's still 100% ARMS, and I'm still just amazed and sad at this point, right? I am panicking at this point. At this point, I'm screaming out of my mind because here I am. I just paid $20 for a game that had no paper on it and that I already owned and had paid $60 for it. Now, some of you might be saying, Sega Slayer, you still got a deal. ARMS is still $60 to this day if you go look on the Nintendo eShop, right? Yeah, and that is true. But if you go look at how much ARMS cost on eBay, it's a lot cheaper than you think it is. Like it's a scam. Like I might even look up the price of ARMS at the end of this video. ARMS is not worth a lot on the secondhand community. So, and plus, like I said, Martian had ARMS and he actually let me play it. We used to trade ARMS in Super Mario Odyssey, so each one could play the other, and lo and behold, the game was not that fun to me. I didn't really like it, and so he didn't really like it, and so he ended up taking it back. I never planned on getting ARMS again in my life, so knowing that I had already played it and didn't really like it that much, and that Martian had already returned it, this was not a deal to me. Now, granted, I probably would have still seen it as a deal if that weren't the case. If I had never actually had the chance to play ARMS before, I probably would have said, okay, hold on, don't get upset. This is still a deal. You still got a free $60 game out of it. You just walk away and take what you got. No, I couldn't do that. This was a problem now, because I waited all this time. I waited all of this, I had all this patience waiting for this. I built up all this excitement, and now where's my game, right? Where's my game? I called up Amazon. I tested Martian Switch. It's still ARMS. I call up Amazon at this point because at this point I'm teething, and they say, "Oh, hey, you brought it from a third-party seller. This is not from Amazon. This is your fault. You're screwed." They didn't directly say I'm screwed, but they pretty much mean I'm screwed. They say, "Do you still have a return policy?" Yes, I do. I contact the seller. I say, "I actually went on Amazon because you can contact the seller." I got in touch with the Amazon. It was supposedly got in touch with the person. I got in touch with the person. I wanted to see, like, hey, was this a mistake? Did you not mean to do this? Can I actually get the game I paid for? My charger came unplugged, so I'm sorry if it seems like I just stopped. If it seems like my face got far away from the mic, my charger came unplugged. But I call them up and say, hey, like, what's good? I think you guys accidentally sent me the wrong game, and like I would prefer to. Could we fix this? Could you either give me a refund, or could you could you give me a refund, or could you just send me the actual game and I just send you this one back? No response. No response for Amazon either. So Amazon calls me back and says, hey, we got no response. So we're gonna go ahead and issue a refund. Just send the game to us, and we'll just do that, right? Now, granted, Amazon, thank you for I do appreciate Amazon. Amazon was really helpful this time around because this seller was not responding, and they could have easily said, hey, you know what, we don't trust you, you're lying, you probably just took the paper off of ARMS and put it in there and kept Splatoon just to get your money back, and they could have said that, and they would have been valid in saying that because, again, this was not their product, it was mine, it was not their problem, it was mine, I got scammed, and I learned another valuable lesson from then on. Stop being cheap. You think I would have learned after the Game Boy, but I still, to this day, I still haven't learned. I'll always take a deal if I see one, just because, it's usually worth the risk. But I learned to maybe investigate a little bit more before I buy something. You know what I'm saying? Because, there were no pictures, there were no nothing. There were pictures, but there were pictures of the outside sleeve. I never actually saw a picture of the game itself. Oh, no, wait. Hold on. No. Never mind. Listen. No, it was worse than this. Thank you. It just came to my attention. I said the game had no paper on it. That was a lie. It did have paper on it. It got even more elaborate. Here's what they did. Here's what those suckers did. They took the game, right? They took the game and they took the paper off of ARMS. They took the little art off of ARMS and they put the Splatoon sticker on top of it. So the game showed as Splatoon, but when I put it in my Switch, it was ARMS. It was so elaborate and so fake. I should have known. That paper was stuck on there so weirdly, and they just kind of took it off and just kind of switched the paper to the game to sell it to Amazon. Amazon could have easily said I did it, and that's how bad it was. I don't have a picture of it anymore. I wish I did. Yeah, because that was way back on an old phone, but like, it was awful. It was, they scammed me so bad, and thankfully Amazon came in clutch from that and did save me and did give me my money back. This story has a happy ending, unlike the Game Boy one though, because not only did I get my money back and everything was good from there, I would actually go on to use the money from that to buy Mega Man Legacy Collection and Surgeon Simulator for the Nintendo Switch. Games I enjoyed. I did play and enjoy Mega Man X Legacy Collection #1, I should say. I did enjoy those games, and I would eventually end up getting Splatoon 2 for Christmas that year. So, it all worked out good. Nowadays, I have actually sold Splatoon 2 again, because not only do I not play my Switch that much, I genuinely just don't really enjoy Splatoon as much as I did back then. Who knows, maybe it's just me getting older, maybe it's just not, like, me preferring to play more, like, first-person shooters like I used to back in the day, but I just, like, it's just not, it doesn't click to me as much as it did back then. It's a fun little game to sink some time in, but it's not something I would play for hours upon hours like some people do. You know what I'm saying? I might check out Splatoon 3 in the future, not like right away. It'll be a game I buy like way later on down the line. Who knows, 3, 4, maybe even 5 or 6 years down from now. But like, the story ended with a happy ending because I got my money back. I did buy more games with that money, and I did walk out of it. I did walk out of it with Splatoon 2 in the end by the end of the year. So, it's not as sad as the Game Boy Advance one, but what got me was, what got me was the sheer audacity for those people to take the paper off of Splatoon 2, right, and switch it with arms. It was so outrageously, like, smart. It blew my mind away. It blew my mind away. That's why I didn't, and I was talking earlier, that's why I did not notice that anything was wrong with it, and that's why I never thought to test it before I got my Switch and Martian Switch. That's why I never thought to test it, and I actually waited. I didn't just do something dumb. The game had the Splatoon paper, and I had no reason to believe it was not what they said it was. It was a real, as far as I was concerned, it was a real Switch cartridge. It actually had Splatoon 2 paper on it, and as far as I was concerned, I was good. And that is probably the most elaborate scam I have ever faced. To this day, I've still never been scammed on eBay. I've been scammed on Amazon twice at this point, and to this day, eBay has I've never been scammed on eBay, not once. Not for anything big, at least. I think I did, I've had something lost in the mail on eBay, but it was something for $1, and the person, again, gave me my money back. It wasn't an actual, so I've never actually been scammed on eBay. Amazon, though, I've been scammed on multiple times. Even Martian has been scammed on Amazon. So the whole stereotype that you're more likely to be scammed on eBay than Amazon, and at least in my personal preference, it's fake, because I've been scammed on Amazon so many times at this point. I'm so weary to buy anything from Amazon anymore. But again, to their credit, they do have wonderful customer service. They do actually try to help you out, and they did help me out and fix the problem in the end. But there's a lesson to be learned here, kids, and that is, if you buy a game from eBay, Amazon, I don't care if you buy it brand new, I don't care if you buy it used and it comes in great condition, it even has the paper on it. Always check. If you have a way to check, I don't care if you have to borrow your friend, if you don't have your Switch directly on you, or you don't have one at all yet, check on your friend's Switch, check on your brother's Switch, check on your mom or dad's Switch, or any console. Always check. I don't care if it's a CD, just check. Never not check your stuff. I've learned that lesson now. I had to learn it the hard way, and hopefully I've learned it so you don't have to. Either way, that's been a new SEGASLAYER64 Tales from me, SEGASLAYER, the world's coolest Sega enthusiast, SEGASLAYER64, you know. If you're new here, if you could subscribe, that'd be really awesome. We're trying to reach 400 subscribers, and you'd be helping us out a lot. Make sure to share this video with your friends to become a Super Slayer. I've been the one and only world's coolest Sega enthusiast, SEGASLAYER64, and until next time, make sure to have a great day, great night, I've still lost this, or great anytime. Have a good one, Slayers.